This is Going to Hurt: Secret Diaries of a Junior Doctor by Adam Kay. The book is a collection of diary entries from Adam Kay, a former junior doctor, chronicling his 6 years working for the NHS from his first day as a terrified house officer to the devastating event that caused him to leave the profession. Presented as a single flowing narrative, it is a brutally honest, hilarious, and heartbreaking look at the life of a doctor on the front line. Our story begins in 2004 with a bright-eyed, newly qualified Adam Kay. Armed with 6 years of medical school knowledge but almost no practical experience, he starts his first job as a house officer. The reality of the job is a stark contrast to his training. Days are a mind-numbing slog of administrative tasks, acting as a glorified personal assistant to senior doctors. The nights, however, are a relentless nightmare. Left alone to cover the entire hospital with only a bleep for company, he's a one-man, untrained A&E department, lurching from one crisis to the next. His partner of 6 months, a patient man referred to only as H, makes him a packed lunch for his first day. A day that begins with the hospital misspelling his name as Atom K on his official email address. The surreal nature of the job quickly becomes apparent. He encounters a charming elderly patient with dementia who, believing he's a German professor, follows Adam on his rounds shouting encouragements like, "That is correct!" until he defecates on the floor and is retired from duty. He learns harsh lessons quickly, such as when he laughs at a patient's supposed symptom of sweating on only one side of his face, only for his colleagues to soberly inform him that this is Horner syndrome, a likely sign of a lung tumor. The emotional and physical toll is immediate and immense. He witnesses his first patient death in the most horrific way imaginable. A man with liver failure who begins to vomit catastrophic amounts of blood, choking on it as it fills his lungs. The sound of the man drowning in his own blood haunts him. After pronouncing the death, Adam and his registrar, the stoic and dry-witted Hubro, stand outside, Adam smoking for the first time in his life just to cope. He works a 97-hour week, missing his partner and surviving on adrenaline. He's forced to perform tasks he's barely trained for, like removing a degloved penis from a young man who slid down a gritty lamppost, or confronting a man who threatened to break his legs. Yet, amidst the horror, there are moments of profound triumph, like the first time he single-handedly saves a patient's life, a man moments from death, whom Adam stabilizes with a flurry of instinctual actions he didn't know he possessed. The job gives him a Pavlovian-style PTSD, where the beep of a pizza delivery buzzer sends his heart racing, and he ends an exhausting year by bailing on his best friend Ron's stag do because of a last-minute shift change, a common sacrifice in a doctor's life. A year later, Adam is promoted to Senior House Officer, or SHO, and chooses to specialize in Obstetrics and Gynaecology, or Brats and Twats, as it was informally known. He's drawn to the unique blend of medicine and surgery and the joy of bringing new life into the world. His first year in the specialty is in a supportive hospital where he learns rapidly. He's regularly soaked in blood, going commando after having to throw away his expensive underwear, and once finds himself washing a patient's blood off his own genitals. He performs his first delivery and his first cesarean section under the watchful eye of Ernie, an arrogant but funny registrar. He forms a bond with baby L, a premature baby born at just 26 weeks, visiting him daily in the special care baby unit and feeling a mix of pride and sadness when the now healthy baby is finally discharged home. He also becomes an unlikely and untrained helpline for Simon, a friend's younger brother, who posts a suicide note on Facebook. He spends the next few years talking him down from ledges over late-night phone calls, adding another layer of unseen, unpaid emotional labor to his life. His second post as an SHO is at a more old-fashioned, unsupportive hospital, where the motto is, "See one, do one, teach one." Often the see one part is skipped entirely. He's thrown into the deep end, forced to run entire scanning clinics with no prior training, relying on textbooks and a forced air of confidence. The work is brutal, and the personal sacrifices mount. He misses collecting his own birthday present from the post office because its 18-day holding period is shorter than his continuous run of shifts. He's forced to arrange his own sickness cover while in the throes of food poisoning. Yet he finds his feet, becoming a more competent and confident doctor. He diagnoses a rare ectopic pregnancy that a senior had dismissed as a stubbed toe. And he's there for a patient, KL, a sassy Polish woman dying of ovarian cancer, attending her funeral against his consultant's orders because it felt like the right thing to do. After another grueling year, Adam becomes a registrar. He's now the one in charge on the labor ward, responsible for a dozen laboring mothers and babies at any given time. It's a role like spinning plates on a ship in a hurricane. His personal life is finally stabilizing. He and H buy a flat, but the job's demands are relentless. He's sued for the first and only time in his career over a bladder injury during a cesarean, a known complication he had managed perfectly. The legal process is draining and soul-destroying, making him feel attacked for simply doing his job. The diary entries from this period are a whirlwind of the sublime and the ridiculous. A woman wants to eat her placenta, but accidentally eats a bowl of blood clots and vomits. He juggles 3 simultaneous emergencies, leaving one woman mid-cesarean with a swab covering her open abdomen to deliver another baby with forceps. A patient's husband, determined to be the first to touch his baby, is placated by being handed the baby immediately after the C-section, Adam having explained that the surgical gloves meant the doctors didn't really touch her first. He delivers baby Satan, pronounced Satan, and learns of baby Lasagna, pronounced lasagna. He navigates a minefield of patient requests, from a woman demanding a cesarean because she's too posh to push, to another who attempted her own labiaplasty with kitchen scissors because she wanted to look like in porn. The job becomes an assault on his own health. He develops dangerously high blood pressure, which only returns to normal when he is at home. A patient in a manic state, convinced her breast pump is bugged by the Russians, strips naked in the hospital Starbucks and sings "Holding Out for a Hero" to finally get the psychiatric attention Adam had been requesting for her for days. He's forced to cancel a much-needed holiday to Mauritius with H at the last minute because of rota gaps, placing immense strain on his relationship. His career culminates in his promotion to senior registrar. He's now the most senior doctor in the hospital out of hours, the final port of call. The responsibility is immense. A consultant is technically on call from home, but in a true emergency, they are minutes or hours away. The life of a mother or baby rests squarely on his shoulders. He's constantly on edge, prowling the labor ward, unable to rest even on quiet nights. The end comes on a Thursday in December 2010. A patient needs a cesarean for fetal distress. The SHO he is with is excellent, but during the operation, they discover the unthinkable. There has been a placental abruption, the placenta has detached from the uterine wall, and an undiagnosed placenta previa, meaning it was in the wrong place to begin with, a catastrophic and unpredictable combination. The baby is delivered, but is already dead. Then, the mother begins to bleed, and bleed, and bleed. Adam and his team work frantically, but nothing stops the hemorrhage. Sutures don't hold, drugs have no effect. The patient has lost 5 liters of blood, her entire volume. He calls his consultant, who rushes in, but even she cannot stop it. They call in a more senior surgeon from home. In the end, the only way to save the mother's life is to perform an emergency hysterectomy. She has lost 12 liters of blood and is sent to intensive care, where she is not expected to survive. Adam breaks down and cries for an hour. That was the last diary entry he ever wrote. The patient survived, but Adam did not, professionally. Though he was not at fault and no one blamed him, the event broke him. The inescapable feeling that he might have done something differently, saved the baby, saved the mother from the trauma, haunted him. He returned to work a different doctor, one crippled by fear, performing unnecessary cesareans at the slightest dip in a heart rate, unable to trust his juniors. He could no longer bear the weight of the job. After 6 months of feeling like a shell of his former self, he quietly hung up his stethoscope and left medicine for good. He concludes by reflecting on the profound toll the job takes, a toll unseen and unacknowledged by politicians and the public. He writes of his deep respect for the colleagues who remain on the front line, fighting an impossible battle every day within a beloved but beleaguered NHS. The book, he explains, is his attempt to show the world the reality of what it means to be a doctor, the pain, the joy, the sacrifice, and the unwavering humanity at the heart of it all.